Dr. Anthony Fauci says he expects drug makers will have tens of millions of doses of a coronavirus vaccine by early next year. ABC 10 News anchor Derek Stahl goes in depth to explain how different vaccines rely on different approaches.
Vaccines work by faking a coronavirus infection, so your body learns how to recognize the virus quickly and kill it. There are several ways to fake the virus, some tried and true methods and some that have never been approved before. The simplest vaccine approach uses inactivated virus. You take the live virus, kill it with chemicals, and then insert that viral corpse into a person. There are 3 groups in the final stage of human trials using inactivated virus, primarily in China.
The poliovirus vaccine that's in the US is a great example of a very effective inactivated viral vaccine.
Dr. Shane Crotty with the La Jolla Institute for Immunology has published research evaluating different coronavirus vaccine approaches.
The downside is it only works for some viruses, and it only elicits 2 out of 3 of the parts of the immune system.
The approach produces antibodies and helper T cells, but not killer T cells. The new and improved version of this is called a viral vector vaccine. These combine elements of the coronavirus with another virus, a common cold virus that won't make you sick. The University of Oxford is testing this approach in a phase 3 trial right now in the UK.
There are no licensed vaccines right now that use that strategy, but there are all kinds of vaccine trials that have been done around the world showing they're straightforward to manufacture, they're very safe, and they do elicit immune responses. And in fact, they can elicit all 3 kinds of the immune response you want.
Then there are subunit vaccines. These use just a section of the virus's protein. UC San Diego is working on a candidate with this approach.
Working with proteins is more challenging, just from a laboratory and manufacturing perspective.
Inovio Pharmaceuticals is developing a DNA-based vaccine here in San Diego. It's now in a phase 2 human trial. In this approach, the vaccine simply introduces a genetically modified blueprint of the virus, and the cells do the rest.
Some people get confused about this, that they think it's a genetic vaccine in the sense that they're going to get injected with something that like changes their DNA and becomes part of them, and that's definitely not the case.
San Diego-based Arcturus Therapeutics is using an RNA-based approach, along with other companies like Pfizer and Moderna that have entered phase 3 trials. In our rough analogy, I'm sort of the RNA, the thing that reads the DNA instructions and translates them into proteins. Dr. Crotty says the RNA and DNA approaches have similar pluses and minuses.
They are incredibly fast to design, literally weeks.
But there are no licensed vaccines on the market that use these strategies. Derek Stahl, ABC 10 News.
If you have a story that requires an in-depth look, ABC 10 News is listening. Send your ideas to tips@10news.com.